Police officials in Bakersfield, California are answering questions after an unarmed 73-year-old man suffering from dementia was shot and killed. Now, this case all began when a woman living on his street called authorities to let them know that she believed a man was brandishing a weapon, possibly a gun. So she called the cops, and cops arrived on the scene. At that point, they came across the man, Francisco Serna. He was out for a brisk walk at about 12:30 in the morning when the Bakersfield police officer showed up, opened fire while responding to the report of an armed man. Now, the cops say that they believed he also had a weapon, but it turned out he didn't have a weapon. He had dementia. He was carrying a fake wooden cross that was about 6 inches long. And he didn't follow orders immediately. The cops claim that they asked him to stop moving and to take his hand out of his pocket, and he refused to do so, so they shot him. Now, understand that when the cops arrived on the scene, they asked the woman and her husband, you know, where's the guy? She said, that's him. And then she said that they ran inside the house because they didn't want to see what was about to happen next. Between that time and the time that the cop shot Serna 7 times, about 30 seconds had passed by. And that's based on what the cops are saying.
Yeah. So, 2 things here. God, just take a little bit of time, figure out what's going to go on. I know you don't want to get a hangnail. You don't want to take 1% of 1% of 1% a risk because you signed up to be an accountant. Oh, no, right, you signed up to be a cop. That job is supposed to be a little dangerous because you're supposed to protect us. And that's why we gave you a gun, and that's why we gave you a badge. Okay. Now, the second part of this is, now, cops are so worried that everybody's got a gun. On that part, unfortunately, they're right. So part of the reason why things have gotten out of hand in America, in the case of cop shootings, is because we're training them wrong, as I've explained a million times. But the second reason is because everybody's got guns. So all the cops are jittery, right? Like, oh, I mean, you're walking down a normal street in America make up a year. In 1983, in a suburb somewhere, would you have been, would a cop immediately shot someone within 2 seconds like with Tamir Rice, or within 30 seconds like this guy?
Maybe.
Maybe.
But we don't know. Maybe there wasn't as much transparency. I have no idea.
And maybe I grew up in a context where it wouldn't have happened to me because we grew up in a decent suburb, right? But the sense I get from talking to a lot of people, and we didn't have the cameras back then. We just didn't have the iPhones, et cetera, so we can't know for sure. But is that, no, it certainly didn't happen to everybody. Maybe it happened to minorities throughout, right? I've been saying that for a long time. This guy's not a minority. Now, the guy who got shot in Miami without a shirt on clearly didn't have a gun, shot. And the kid who got out of his car after he was trying to evade police after a DUI, remember they shot him in the head within like 1 second, that he was white. So yes, it happens to minorities more often. Yes, we talk about that. But it's also because there's an ocean of guns, and the cops are told to be jittery. So they're like, I don't know, it's a 73-year-old, who cares? Dementia, who cares? Mental disturbance, who cares? Just shoot, 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 shoot.
What's interesting about this case is, you know, the Bakersfield Police Department has been in a lot of trouble recently. 2 of their officers are facing federal drug and corruption charges. And so there's been, you know, some changes within the department. The new police chief seems way more transparent. And so he came out and he's like, this shooting is unacceptable, administrative leave, you know, that's standard operating procedure within the department. And they're investigating it. And it seems like, you know, the police chief, at least at this point, is taking some responsibility for it. But they're also saying that the department has some training in dealing with people who have dementia. And cops have dealt with this person in the past, not in any type of violent or suspicious way, but he has dementia, and it's gotten worse during previous months. So I don't know. I don't know what happened and why the cop was so quick to react. This particular cop didn't join the force until 2015. So he was a relatively new cop, and this was his first shooting. these are the details that we have now. But I agree with you. I wish that there was a little more of a pause and a little less panic. We do live in this state of paranoia, and it's terrible.
We need independent media to make sure that we hold corporate media accountable. The people that can make that happen is you. You make the Young Turks possible. tytnetwork.com/join. Join us. Be the revolution.